I'm from the Social Workers' Party, and we're in favour of actually a social society where people work together collectively. And the thing that really excites me right now is that the Occupy movement that's spreading across the world is bringing together people from generation, old and young, saying actually things are wrong and it's got to change.
Right, unique to the UK, like quite a global sort of social revolution.
Indeed, I've been working in a series of campaigns across the world since the early 2000s. Right, we've been to Genoa, we've been to Florence, we've been to Paris, and to be honest, today we're in Edinburgh. This is where we live. And actually, though, right, across the world, other people are joining in.
Yeah.
I tell you, it's fantastic, huh?
So when did your newspaper, when was it founded then?
Probably 1950s. You know, so as we've been operating, I've been a member of the Social Workers' Party now since 1970s, 1976, so probably 35 years, you know. And actually, I tell you now, I'm more optimistic now than I have ever been, you know.
Okay, that's good.
It's like, I mean, a new, young generation of people saying, what's happening today is wrong. You know, let's change it, you know.
Yeah. And so, more specifically to this event right now, let's talk about the 99% versus the 1%.
That's right, yeah. I mean, you can see it in Britain today, right, how a tiny group of very rich people want to run the country in a way that suits them. And the rest of the people, whether it's through their pensions, inflation or fuel bills, are losing out. They really are. 99% of them are paying for the mess caused by 1% of the population.
Yeah.
It's got to stop. It's got to change.
You write for the Socialist Appeal, is that right?
No, I'm a library assistant working for the government in Edinburgh.
Right.
And I support this paper, the Socialist Appeal.
Right.
And of course it's important to give an alternative to the news that we get for the bosses. And we want to gather support for what we stand for. Change the government, of a socialist government, plan the economy. That's not an easy thing to achieve, but that's what's required.
So would you say that the argument for a socialist society is more globalised now, or would you say it's more of a UK based kind of a discussion?
I think because we've got the different news medias, not just the television or the radio, but through the computers, then we can see in other places how people are reacting. What will provoke most people isn't it the newspapers or your documentaries, it's the fact that they can't pay their council tax, or they have to worry about whether they get enough food on the table for the children, or they can pay their electricity bill. Now that's an enormous power that has to be organised in a way that to bring society to a stop.
So is your proposal for a solution with the Socialist Appeal, it's very hands-on, we can't bring change through the government, we can only bring change through an alternative?
Well, I think the problem is it's not just enough to protest. You can only do so much and then you run out of steam. You've got to say, well, beyond that, what can we do? And the real source of power in society is working class people, ordinary people like ourselves. Now that's an enormous power that has to be organised in a way that to bring society to a stop.
This has gone on long enough. It is a police state funded by the banks and run by Cameron. We say never again, not now, not ever. Fight back and smash the system before it destroys us all. It starts here, and who knows where it ends.
I can't put a price on your freedom. For freedom comes from within.
Unite! Unite!